Hello everyone, this is Lalit Gaur. I'm a student of Ranjit sir. I've been a student of Ranjit sir for the past almost 3.5 years. And this is a special message for all of you who are preparing for CAPF or any such related exams that I wanted to tell you. I passed out in 2019 from my college. I did my college from Delhi University and I was expecting something good to happen in that year itself. So I wrote the exam, prelims, I just gave a try. I was very casual in my approach and I couldn't qualify. But CAPF, I gave it all that I had. And that year I qualified for that attempt and I went for physicals. Actually, I wasn't that robust in my physical fitness and all that at that time. And unfortunately for me, I got out in just by 1 centimeter in 2019. That was a very, very tough time for me. I was completely shattered and I didn't know what to do. After that, I went for civils preparation and COVID came in 2020 and I prepared thoroughly. I prepared like anything. This is the hardest that I have studied for any exam, 2020 prelims. I cleared it comfortably, but then I couldn't qualify the mains examination. But parallelly, I was writing a CAPF. In 2020, I cleared the written exam and I cleared the physical too. I worked extremely hard, reduced my diet, increased my diet in certain parts, joined a gym. It was like blood and sweat both for 2020 and I did it. And even then there were some hurdles in medical because I had my LASIK done, so I had to run here and there for my documents and all that. But eventually I gave the interview in 2020 and I wasn't very sure of selection because of my paper 1 marks that had suffered because I had a mains, UPSC mains parallelly. So I missed the final cutoff initially by 6 marks and finally by 2 marks, I think, in 2020 after the reserve list had been released. So it was also very, very, hard for me to digest the fact. I was also writing parallel exams like IB and other exams. And then again, I wrote it for the 3rd time in 21. 21, I cleared the written. And when the interviews were there, a certain case was filed and all that, just got stuck in the process. After that, I once again wrote CAPF in 2022. That was my 4th attempt. I had cleared in all 3 by then, and then in the 4th one also I cleared. And every time, like in 2020 only, my paper 1 marks came down. Otherwise, it was always 145 plus, 150 plus in fact, in 21 and 22. And in 22, I was very, very sure of my selection because I was getting around 170 in paper 1. But the as luck would have it, I couldn't make it through the physical part, and I was also once again shattered. And it felt like God was, deliberately keeping me away from all this. And because I had failed in 2 physicals and only 1 chance was left for me in 21. So in 21, when I went for the interview, it was on the last day. And when I went inside the interview room, I wasn't very nervous because I had seen very tough times. But the interview duration was very, very small and I wasn't asked questions on my TAF and the areas that I wanted them to ask on. And once again, I was like, it was a better experience on the first go as I perceived it, and I was very, very tense. I was making mental calculations that if I get 250 or 260 in written, then I'll at least get 70 in interview, something like that. And I just wanted my name to win the list. But as luck would have it and as fate works, God had other plans for me. When I came back from work and I checked my phone, it was AIR 9 as I saw in some of my friends' messages and groups, but I didn't actually believe it because I wasn't expecting it. But it was indeed AIR 9, and I think the interview went pretty well after that because it's very unpredictable at times. So my message to all of you is that please never ever give up on your dreams, never ever stop working hard, because it took me 4 attempts to achieve what could have been achieved in the first attempt itself. And that is also a lesson because that has made me a better individual, more humble in my attempts, more humble in my behavior as well. So I would request all of you to please keep going for all those who have attempts left. And if you don't have attempts left, then also you will always have avenues open for you. There is CAT, there is RBI, there are other multiple exams. And if you don't want to write exams, you can develop your skills. There is so much in AI, tech and everything. So from my side, the message will be just keep working hard. Like even in the most adverse of situations, there have been instances where I've cried my heart out during this journey, and the fruit has been quite sweet in the end. So that is all from my side, and I would especially like to thank Ranjit sir who has been a constant companion and a guide, and more than a guide, he has been a personal mentor to me. He always made sure whenever I was down, whenever I felt low, he would call me. He will have long conversations. He will tell me about his own struggles, about my favorite topic, that is Mahabharata. So I actually give him the metaphor of Krishna for me, because he has guided me through all these rough seas. Thank you so much, sir. And for all those who are preparing, best of luck. Keep preparing. Do not give up ever.